Companies use branding in different ways. Some have the corporate brand behind each sub-brand. In some companies, we see just individual brands. क्या है इसका logic? Why do companies have different ways to deal with branding? We'll find this out in this video. Hi, I'm Abhishek Jhingan, and on this channel we look at various aspects of marketing and business which can help grow our brands and businesses and take them to newer heights. In the past, we've discussed various times why branding is important. Brands help customers identify them. They associate good brands with a certain promise. They are loyal to brands. इसलिए branding बहुत important है. But जब brands एक से ज़्यादा हो जाएं, 5 या 10 brand हो जाएं, तो it's not easy to deal with this. The entire process of using or marketing a group of brands becomes quite complicated. This comes under the gamut of brand architecture, and we'll discuss this today. Brand architecture is the structure of brands within a group of brands or within an organization. Basically, it defines the relationship between each brands in a group like we talked about. There are various ways to look at it. Today I will discuss the 3 main models which makes it very simple. Again, it's not so much about the definition but more about understanding how you use brand architecture. The first one is branded house. In this, there is a mother brand or a corporate brand, and various sub-brands use the benefits of the mother or the corporate brand. The second is the house of brands, where each brand is individual and is an entity of its own. Third is the hybrid house, which combines the benefits of both the house of brands and branded house model. First, let us discuss the branded house. In this, friends, हमारे पास एक mother brand या corporate brand होता है, and each of the sub brands carry this in their brand name. The advantage is that you have the power of that corporate brand which helps you when you go into the market. There is that value, that trust associated with it. Also, there are synergies between different brands. तो आपको इसका benefit definitely मिलता है. The disadvantage or the issues could be in this, how do you differentiate between each of the sub brands? ये एक problem हो सकती है कभी कभी. Also, अगर एक ब्रांड का कोई नेगेटिव पब्लिसिटी हो जाए या कुछ नेगेटिव प्रेस मिले, it can have a detrimental effect on the other brands as well. A very good example of a branded house in India is Dabur. We know that Dabur, with that great powerful mother brand Dabur, which promises naturalness and good health, they have various brands like Dabur Chyawanprash, Dabur Lal Tel, Dabur Honey Tusk, Dabur Honey. Right? So it's a very good example of a branded house. The second model in brand architecture is house of brands. In this, the corporate identity is not really seen. Each brand is individual in its name and operates as an individual entity. The advantage clearly is that you have a distinct positioning and image of each brand. हर ब्रांड दूसरे ब्रांड से इंटरलिंक नहीं है, तो एनी फेलियर इन वन ब्रांड डज नॉट इंपैक्ट द अदर इन अ बिग वे. द डिसएडवांटेज इज दैट हैंडलिंग मल्टीपल आइडेंटिटीज कैन बी क्वाइट कॉम्प्लेक्स और आपके रिसोर्सेज और एक्सपेंसेस भी काफी बढ़ जाते हैं. A very good example of this in the Indian context is Hindustan Unilever. Now HUL has different brands जैसे कि Lifebuoy, Dove, Horlicks. Each of them are huge brands in their own right, and they exist as different entities. The third approach or the third model in brand architecture is the hybrid house. As is evident from the name, hybrid house may we use the benefits of both house of brand and branded house. This becomes important when we are growing a portfolio. We might have to have different strategies at different times. A very good example of this is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has its core Coca-Cola offering like Coca-Cola, Coke Zero, Coke No Sugar. It also has individual brands like Fanta, Sprite and Thumbs Up. So as you can see, the hybrid house does have its advantages and you can use both in tandem, but it can become a little challenging over time. In summation, how does one create brand architecture? Very clearly, you have to see your situation. What's the current business size और आपके कितने brands हैं आज की तारीख में? What do you see happening in the near to mid term in terms of your addition of brands, the kind of markets that you want to target? Once you're clear about that, you will get an idea of which type of brand architecture works best for you. Which is your favorite type of brand architecture? Put in the comments below. Also, please do like, share and subscribe.